So, I must confess, I'm looking out and I'm experiencing a little deja vu. You see, I gave the very first ever State of the City address here in Rancho Santa Margarita in 2001. Yes, look at all that hair. And I do see some familiar faces from folks that were here in 2001. So if you were here back then, please show us your hand. I knew I saw a lot of familiar faces. I'm very honored that the Rancho Santa Margarita Chamber of Commerce has invited me here today to talk to you about the beautiful city of Rancho Santa Margarita. There really has been a tremendous amount of progress in the last 13 years, and much of what we planned and envisioned has worked out perfectly. In fact, even beyond anything I think that we expected. I'm here today to tell you that by working together, we have accomplished more than I think any of us ever hoped for. Rancho Santa Margarita is on a continued path of greatness, and we have an outstanding and distinctive future ahead of us. I'm very fortunate to serve on a city council with a talented and dedicated group of leaders. Please let me first thank and recognize my city council colleagues, Mayor Pro Tem Brad McGurr, and city council members Steve Barrick, Tony Beal, and Jesse Petrillo. Let me take a moment to say thank you to some really important people that are here. We have such a great city staff right now. I'm so appreciative to work with these dedicated group of professionals who truly care about our city. We would not be able to enjoy all the wonderful programs and services if it wasn't for this talented group of individuals. They work hard and they are dedicated. I'd like to recognize our talented city manager, Jennifer Cervantes, and her incredible team. And they're just going to hate me for this. I mean, hate me. But I'd like to ask Jennifer and our city staff members who are in attendance today to please stand and be recognized. They are really the best. Let me share with everyone that Rancho Santa Margarita is financially sound. We take our fiscal responsibility here very seriously, and a team of city staff, contract professionals, and the council work tirelessly to achieve a balanced budget and prepare for the city's future. During these past few years, I'm sure you would agree that financial stability is a feat to be proud of, and the most important decision a city council makes each year when it comes to the adoption of the annual budget. Believe me when I tell you, we watch the budget. There isn't anything that gets past us that we don't carefully consider, we evaluate, we reevaluate, and then only proceed when we determine it is in the best interest of the city of Rancho Santa Margarita. As a result of all that effort, our city has a balanced budget, and we have now saved, in 14 years of cityhood, $22 million in reserves. To put this in perspective, our reserves equal more than 1 full year's operating expenses. This is tremendously unusual for a city. I'm also proud to share that for the 13th year in a row, that the city of Rancho Santa Margarita has received the Certificate of Achievement in Financial Reporting by the Government Finance Officers Association of the United States and Canada. And we're very proud of you for that. The financial future for Rancho Santa Margarita is very bright, and I'm pleased to tell you that, in fact, our city's assets and reserves currently are greater than at any time in our city's history. We are in a sound, strong, and sustainable position. We're poised for future growth and success. Okay, that's really great news, right? So how did we get here? How do you do this? You may be familiar with the saying, If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Rancho Santa Margarita is a 100% master planned city. Rancho Santa Margarita has a time-tested, proven track record of success. It's our master plan. This is the framework for the success of the city. It's been designed and continually executed to ensure the fiscal health, the social prosperity, and the long-term growth of our city. Your city council and your planning commissioners are the stewards of this master plan. And this responsibility isn't some casual, ad hoc, backroom effort. It's a detailed document that's developed in public meetings, and as many of you know, it's called the General Plan. Our city's enduring success can only be achieved through recognizing the importance of maintaining a delicate zoning balance of residential, commercial, and retail space. These are the three legs of the General Plan stool. That they must remain in balance to ensure our continued success. If one of those legs is cut short, the stool will, as one would expect, fall over. And our residents, they're smart. They get it. The city periodically conducts an official survey of our residents to learn how they feel and what is important to them. And for those of you in business, you know how important it is to survey and sample and talk to your customers. We do. We survey our residents. And this year's survey results are in. Next week, we will present the full report at a regularly scheduled city council meeting, but I have the opportunity to share with you a few items that I thought you'd find important today. More than 90% of the residents surveyed reported that they want the city to ensure the developers comply with the city's award-winning master plan to protect our unique community character. And for those of you in business and in public service, you know this next one, it's important. The best news for us is that 97% of the respondents indicated they are very happy living in Rancho Santa Margarita as a planned community. Our residents clearly understand that planning decisions are long-term policies. They're happy that we're not impulsive. They're happy we don't panic. They trust us, and they should expect us to examine the issues analytically, and because they already know it's in the city's overall and long-term best interest to stay the course and maintain the zoning balance as well as the compatibility with surrounding uses. For example, what happens if we have too much retail space? Well, supply will begin to outpace demand. Rents will become depressed. The centers will begin to experience vacancies. And the owners of the shopping centers will not have the ability to maintain them in the fashion that we all enjoy today. And this is a great time for me to take a moment and thank those shopping center owners, because I sure spend a lot of time with you guys. And the many beautiful venues for shopping that we have in Rancho Santa Margarita. Our shopping center owners have weathered some very tough times during this economic downturn. While enduring some difficult and expensive vacancies, they've maintained, and in some cases, they've even invested in significant improvements to revitalize some of our shopping centers. As you can see, recognizing the importance of commercial, residential, and retail space, that balance is key to the success of the city, and as we just recently learned, the key to success in keeping our residents happy. Okay, you guys already know this. I'm from New Jersey, so I'm just going to cut to it. Let's talk some dollars and cents here. On average, this city only receives about $180 per home per year from property taxes. How can we possibly sustain ourselves on that? It's such a small amount. To put it quite bluntly, we can't. On average, the city spends approximately $1,500 per year per each resident providing essential citywide services. But in all honesty, we were never designed or intended to sustain ourselves on property tax revenue. Our greatest source of revenue comes from sales tax. Revenue from sales tax has a direct impact on the budget, and believe me when I tell you, every little bit helps, but every loss hurts. I mean, it really hurts the city's financial future. We can't afford to lose large revenue sources like our auto dealerships or big box retailers, when the well-being and the future of the city is directly related to the existence and success of these important businesses. You can only imagine how delighted we were to learn, in terms of the recovery since market bottom, that Rancho Santa Margarita has experienced the greatest increase in auto-related taxable sales amongst neighboring cities since 2009 at an astounding growth rate of 64%. This is more than double the growth rate of sales achieved in Irvine at 27% and the Mission Viejo Laguna Niguel corridor at 29%. As we recover from the recession, we were thrilled to learn earlier this year that Rancho Santa Margarita has experienced the largest increase in auto sales per dealership at 27% per year. For some comparison perspective, Irvine came in the second highest at 20%, with the Mission Viejo Laguna Niguel corridor at 15%. Now's a great time to mention that RSM Honda was ranked one of the fastest growing companies by the Orange County Business Journal. We also know our own Santa Margarita Ford, the city's very first auto dealership. And by the way, where we first held the very first city formation rally, is having outstanding sales this year, and I'd like to congratulate them. We can see from this tremendous recovery of just our auto dealers alone that it's important to maintain the course outlined in the city's plan and continue to act prudently and sensibly. Rancho Santa Margarita is now well positioned for growth, and we intend to support our existing businesses and continue to attract new businesses, giving our economic engine the fuel it needs to sustain our residents to grow and prosper. This year's State of the City is dedicated to the award-winning master plan and master planning of this beautiful city.